You already know more than you think. You just don't know how to read people yet. Because people are always telling the truth, just not with their words. They tell it with tension, with silence, with exaggeration, with what they defend too hard and what they avoid too quickly. Most people don't show you who they are. They show you who they had to become to survive. What you see on the surface isn't personality. It's protection. The overly nice person may not be kind. They may be afraid of rejection. The confident one may be performing strength. The moral one may be hiding shame. Here's the first reality check. Everyone wears a mask, not because they're fake, because they're scared. People don't build identities to express truth. They build them to avoid pain. And masks always leak. Watch what makes someone uncomfortable. That's where the real person starts speaking. When a topic comes up and they change direction. When laughter lasts a second too long. When their tone tightens without explanation. That's not random. That's the truth trying to escape. Second reality check. What someone hates in others usually lives inside them. The person obsessed with calling others arrogant is often insecure. The one who constantly accuses people of lying is avoiding a truth of their own. We attack externally what we refuse to face internally. So don't just listen to what people praise. Listen to what they criticize repeatedly. That's the wound talking. Third reality check. Silence reveals more than speech. People use words to manage perception. They use silence when words would expose them. Short answers to deep questions. Carefully rehearsed responses. Avoided vulnerability. That's not confidence. That's fear. A person who can't sit in emotional openness is telling you exactly what they're running from. Fourth reality check. Exaggeration is a tell. When someone says, "I don't care at all" too loudly, they care deeply. When someone claims they're always happy, they're usually not. Extreme statements are volume, not truth. People exaggerate to drown out doubt. The louder the claim, the stronger the insecurity underneath. Fifth reality check. Control often hides inner chaos. People who micromanage everything aren't strong. They're afraid of losing grip internally. When the inner world feels unstable, the outer world becomes a battlefield. Control isn't power. It's fear in charge. Sixth reality check. Confidence that needs to be proven isn't confidence. When someone constantly reminds you of their achievements, status, or intelligence, look deeper. Real confidence doesn't announce itself. It doesn't compete. It doesn't dominate. Behind superiority, there's often insecurity trying to stay hidden. Now, here's the shift. Reading people isn't about judging them. It's about understanding them without being fooled. When someone interrupts constantly, it may not be arrogance. It may be fear of being forgotten. When someone performs happiness online, it may be loneliness, not joy. When someone avoids conflict completely, it's often fear of abandonment. People don't act from logic. They act from fear of loss. Loss of love, loss of status, loss of safety, loss of self-worth. So if you want to understand someone, stop asking what they want. Ask what they're afraid of losing. That's where the truth lives. Another reality check. People repeat their past. The unheard child becomes the adult who talks over others. The punished child becomes emotionally cold. The child who had to earn love becomes the adult who performs for it. They think they're choosing behavior. They're replaying survival scripts. Behavior is biography. And the final truth. Patterns are confessions. Ghosting. Overworking. Avoiding intimacy. Chasing attention. Never committing. These aren't accidents. They're protection strategies. People may not know how to explain where they were hurt, but they will show you again and again. When you learn to read patterns instead of promises, something changes. You stop personalizing. You stop reacting. You stop being fooled. You don't become colder. You become clearer. And clarity is power without cruelty. The more clearly you see others, the less you hate them. And the more clearly you see yourself. That's your everyday reality check. Insight isn't optional, it's necessary. Subscribe to Everyday Reality Check because someone had to say it.